G'day, my name's Adam Hills. Welcome to Spicks and Specks, the music quiz show that will never ride through Paris in a sports car with the warm wind in its hair. Our two team captains each and every week are the Rocket Man, Alan Bro, and the Tiny Dancer, Miff Warhurst. Alan's first guest tonight is an acclaimed opera singer who says her favourite ever concert was Pearl Jam and her favourite type of music is grunge. She's the only opera singer you'll ever see with a flannelette shirt, knee-length shorts and a skateboard. Please welcome Jacqueline Porter. Alan's second team member is a London-born Irish comedian who was brought up in New York, which makes him a whinging, lovable wise-ass. Please welcome Des Bishop. Miff's first guest tonight combined an excellent voice with eccentric dance moves as the frontman of celebrated indie rock band Died Pretty. He's a charismatic, enigmatic, idiosyncratic rock fanatic. Please welcome Ron Peno. Guest is a comedian and mother of twins who named her daughter after Spanish surrealist Salvador Dali. Her little brother Ken Doan wasn't quite so lucky. Please welcome Meshel, Laurie. Let's start with Jacqueline. Is it unusual to have an opera singer who loves grunge?
Used to love grunge, particularly as a kid.
So how did you go from grunge to opera?
It was a natural progression. Yeah. My favourite band had a very sexy lead singer in Eddie Vedder.
And you met him at some stage, did you not?
I stalked him out at a concert and my friends and I went around backstage and called out to them and he came over and I was like, Eddie, you play Porch, which was my favourite song, and he said, Porch? Yes. He didn't play it.
Oh. That's so good. Eddie.
But anyway, so that was my brief Eddie Vedder moment.
Now, while we're talking about meeting your heroes, there was a lovely moment, and Ron, you may not be aware of this. There was an amazing moment as you came in where gradually through the building, one by one, people were going, Ron Peno's here.
Oh.
Did you know Ron Peno's here?
Is he still around?
It was almost like that whispering game as it went through the studio. Ron Peno's. I mean, by the time it got to me, I thought the wrong pianist was here. And Miff, then you had a moment because you are meeting one of your heroes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
when
I remember moving to Melbourne in the early '90s, and I think you were probably one of the first gigs I went to as a grown up. And
really?
Yeah, I can't remember it, but.
Oh, thank you.
I was very excited, and I was one of those whispering, going, "That's Ron Peno."
Oh, how lovely.
Were you not also that night that Ron was here saying to Ron's son, your dad's a legend?
Does he think you're a legend?
I think so, or a legend, I'm not too sure.
Have you ever met any of your heroes?
The closest we got, I think, was when we toured with REM in 1995. And I remember Michael Stipe saying, I really like that song of yours, Sweetheart. And I was like, oh, and I love you and everything you've done. And I also went sort of weak-kneed and silly. And...
Desi, have you met any of your heroes?
I kind of met a hero of mine before he was my hero. In the Kilkenny Comedy Festival, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, Zach Galifianakis was at the festival. Now, Zach Galifianakis is the slightly chubby, bearded fella from The Hangover. Not that he's such a hero, you have to describe him by his fatness and his hairiness. But he's an unbelievably funny dude. And my show at the time was all about having had testicular cancer. It was huge laughs, cancerous, humongous fillet. And Zach Galifianakis had already done his show, and he plays the piano, and he said to me, he said, hey, can I play the piano throughout your whole set? So, I mean, I just thought he was a cool guy, so I was like, yeah, that would be funny. And the only thing he said to me just before I walked out is he said, at some stage when you're talking about cancer, can you just say that you tried Chinese herbal remedies? And I didn't know what that was about, but I just said, I will do it, and I finally remembered. And I said, at one stage I got so desperate, I tried Chinese herbal remedies, and he just went, ding, 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 ding. It's unfortunate because that was before the age where everybody was filming on, you know, like cell phones and everything, so there's no record of that, because that is my thing now. When I meet girls, like, yeah, I did a gig with the guy from The Hangover.
Sorry, I love the fact that that's your chat-up line. Were you with other people at the time, when the first time you saw that film?
Actually, I was on a date, so I was able to go, oh, look, I actually know that guy. That's Zach. And actually, he did kiss my cousin. So that's like a double bubble line. And no, I don't know.
How are you?
Can you find out?
Yeah, seriously, ring her now.
What?
Doesn't matter. Just ring
If
her.
he had testicular cancer.
Oh, if he had...
No!
Exactly.
Did you genuinely not get it?
Do girls care about that?
What?
Having a big... Really?
Go home and ask your wife.
I was being facetious. I'm only 40 years and now I found that out.
Your wife's pregnant. You've had sex once. Get away with you. You're a lucky kid. Come on. You've got a good career and soon there'll be spew all over your back.
Ironically, that's how she got pregnant. Meshel, have you met any of your heroes?
One time in St Kilda, I saw Paul Hester and Mark Seymour talking in the street, and I just about died.
How good was that when you used to be able to go to the supermarket and stalk your heroes? When
Yes!
you come from a small country town, it's
Yeah.
one of the biggest things. You go to the supermarket. I remember once I was in the North Melbourne supermarket and Sigrid Thornton was buying potatoes. I lost my mind.
Nick Cave once came to the bakery in Ackland Street, and every person in St Kilda bought bread in this 8-minute
Within a
period. Well, Nick Cave ate his pie.
Sure.
I saw him on the local street here, just near the ABC, and thought I was being quite subtle because I was talking to someone and I saw Nick Cave coming up the street, and it's it's a regular suburban street.
Yeah. And he's unmistakable. You don't go, God, that guy looks like Nick Cave. You go, Nick Cave is walking up the street.
Yeah, Nick Cave does not walk out of the house in a pair of tracksuit pants and a t-shirt.
No.
So Nick Cave's walking up the street, beautiful three-piece suit and just very Nick Cave. And I thought I just went, wow, Nick Cave's walking up the street. But as I said it, he kind of looked and then immediately crossed the street. So quite clearly, I went, anyway, Nick Cave! yeah.
And he was thinking, oh my God, the guy from Spicks and Specks is a weirdo.
Yeah. What's all that spew on his back?
Neff and Alan are going to pick a topic. Everybody will be quizzed on it. Your choices tonight are leading ladies, leading men, backing bands, and roadies. Alan, you can pick the first topic tonight.
We'll have leading women.
Leading ladies it is, Miss.
Leading ladies, yes, sorry.
Leading men.
We'll
Yes,
start
we'll
with
take-
leading ladies.
Okay.
Everyone on your buzzers, let's play Spicks and Specks. Your first question for 1 point. Which modern lady of pop took her name from a 1984 Queen single? Yes.
Oh, Lady Gaga.
Yes, it's Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga took her name from Radio Gaga, which was better than her first choice of Dame Fat Bottom Girl. Madonna recently told Rolling Stone magazine that she sees herself in Lady Gaga. Many teenage boys feel exactly the same way. Next question. Here's a photo of a 2008 European production of Mozart's The Magic Flute. For 2 points, what are the leading female roles being performed by the singers? Yes.
Queen of the Night.
Yes.
And Parmina.
Queen of the Night and Parmina. 2
Well
points. Mozart, by the way, was said to be overly enamoured with his magic flute. Many teenage boys feel exactly the same. Finally,
And once they've learned to play it, they don't leave the house again.
Until they find someone else to play it for them.
finally for 3 points, have a listen. Name all 3 of these great leading ladies.
A tisket, a tisket. Stand by your man. R-E-S-P-C.
Yes.
Aretha Franklin.
Yes.
Patsy Cline.
No. So I'll let you guess at the first one.
Ella Fitzgerald.
Yes, it was Ella Fitzgerald. But you missed the middle one, so I'll let these guys have a guess.
I'd say Tammy Wynette.
It was Tammy Wynette. Well
sorry.
stolen. Points there. 2 points that side. On to leading men. Your first question for 1 point. Which peroxided frontman featured in the following films? Brimstone and Treacle? Yes.
Sting.
Yes, Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels and Dune. It was Sting. Next question. Have a look at this photo for 2 points. Name this enigmatic leading man and the lead role he sang. Yes?
Ian Gillan?
Yes, it is Ian Gillan.
What was the lead role he sang?
Jesus Christ Superstar?
Oh, yes. I didn't know until we said that Ian Gillan from Deep Purple sang in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah.
You may remember the classic song Pope on the Water. Finally, have a listen to these three grabs. Name all three leading men. Yes.
That is
Peter Allen
Peter
was
Allen.
the last one.
Yes, Peter Allen was the last one. Nick Cave was the first one.
And Rob Younger was in the middle there
From Radio Birdman. 3 points out of 3. While we're talking about leading men, right? Leading men have a reputation for being quite demanding. Were you one of those leading men?
Of course. Still am, yeah.
Did you
I think
encounter-
all lead singers are like that, aren't they? I think they're just a bunch of
Say it.
wankers.
I always wonder, when you're playing festivals, on a day where there are like 8 bands in a row, there are 8 lead singers, and all of them want to be the most important person on the day.
Want to be me.
Yeah. Are there moments on bills like that where bands get into fights over who goes on when and who gets the headline and who gets the big
inevitably,
star
I
on
think
the
it
day?
happens. It hasn't happened too much with us. It has happened once in the very first big day out that we did.
Right.
There was one main stage. There was a couple of other little stages, and the Horden Pavilion was the big sort of arena. The outside main stage, we were sort of in the middle. I think Rat Cat were headlining. And then the Hard-Ons before them. Allowed to say the Hard-Ons?
You are allowed to say the hard
Welcome to Australia, Des. We had a band called the Hard-Ons.
I used to see them a lot more. I'm getting older.
Yeah. Back in the day, you could just see them whenever you want.
I didn't want to. Even when my mom was around.
Often I would wake up, there they were.
Yeah, anyway, sorry.
So anyhow, this band that was sort of on before us had a bit of a turn because they had just released an album and was in the lower regions of the charts, and they thought that they should go on after us.
Who
And
were
so
they?
Kenny and Vivian Les just came to us and said, look, these guys, the band want. We said, oh, whatever, if they want to go on after us, lovely. We're just happy to be playing this festival and it's all good. And so we did our thing. We all went over to the Horden Pavilion because at that time there was a band on before the Violent Femmes that were just about to break in Australia, and they were called Nirvana. So this band went on after us, and everyone went over to see Nirvana.
At the end of the first round, the scores are Alan, Jacqueline, Des are on 5 points. Miff, Ron, Meshel in front, 7 points. Teams have to buzz in and identify the tunes being performed live in the studio. Tonight, your songs are being played by Barry Morgan from the World of Organs in Adelaide's Sunnyside Mall. What? I didn't even know we'd started. Either way, you've nailed it. That was Skippy, 1 point. That was amazing.
Mesmerising, isn't it?
Kind of like Bob Downslip with Dennis Lilly. I'm not sure whether to get the next song or just to watch you smile. side.
It's Push It, Salt and Pepper.
Yes. Next song, please.
You can kiss me on a Thursday or Friday.
Never on Sunday.
Yeah,
Sorry?
that's it.
Never on Sunday.
Never on Sunday, yes. Next song, please.
Is it a Queen song?
No, it's not. Yeah, you know it.
It's really good too. Play it for me.
Miff, just stay there for a second. Both of you guys look at the camera and smile. That's Miff. That is your wedding photo.
Oh, what a great story about how they met.
I know the song, but I can't think of it.
Sandman? No.
That song was Supernauts' I Like It Both Ways. Final song, please.
What's the name of that? It's the Mexican hat dance.
It's the Mexican... Ladies and gentlemen, Barry Morgan. At the end of that round, the scores are Alan, Jacqueline, Des on 6 points, Miff, Ron, Meshel, 10 points. One member of each team will be singing well-known songs using the words of an unrelated piece of text. Your teammates have to identify those songs. Jacqueline, you'll be singing for Alan and Des, and you'll be taking your lyrics from Tony Alcock's Bowl Skills. Jacqueline, that's your book. Those are your songs. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacqueline Porter. Song 1, please.
Is it Ave Maria?
Yes, it is Ave Maria. Excellent work.
Wow.
OK, next song, please.
Just as we have found with line, there are two distinct processes involved in the mastery of length. The first is theoretical, requiring the ability to recognize, identify, and analyze what has to be done. The second is practical.
Yes.
Blame it on the boogie.
Yes.
Say as an aside, before I met Jermaine Jackson today.
How was it?
Amazing. It was Jermaine Jackson. I lost my shit.
Do you know the name of his youngest son? Now, bear in mind that he's
I do
competing with
know.
it. He's got a cousin called Blanket.
Yeah.
So, but Jermaine's youngest son's name is Your Majesty.
How many children does he have?
He's got some from a previous.
There's Your Majesty, Your Highness.
No. Jafar and Your Majesty are the little ones. So
Jafar?
Jafar.
Oh, you idiot.
Why doesn't he just call one for JJ?
Sorry.
No, that's okay. No.
Yeah, sorry.
Final song, please. Jacqueline.
If you can't find a partner, don't despair. Bowls is one of the few games you can practice on your own. It has a feature in common with snooker, darts, and athletics. Although you need opposition, finally, to test your skill in competition, you can develop and rehearse those skills quietly and privately.
Yes.
I am from America.
Yes, Des Mitchell, it is. America from West Side Story. Jacqueline Porter. Now, I understand you've been in this studio before.
Yeah.
Back in the day of Recovery, is that right?
Yep. I came to the Metallica Recovery special.
Yay!
We went to the concert the night before and got pretty into it, and a bit of moshing going on, a bit of headbanging, and then was really excited to be coming to the filming the next morning, and there were the band, and we were about a metre away from them, and couldn't move my neck. I couldn't move my whole body, and I was just sort of doing these ones, and the producers came up to us in one of the breaks and went, "Do you think you can just move a little bit more?"
So if we watch the Metallica episode of Recovery,
Yeah, maybe.
see all these people headbanging and you just going...
Are they short? You know how rock stars are always short?
Well, I
When
was
you see them
probably
in-
a bit shorter
Sorry,
then.
no offence.
Fortunately, I'm not a rock star, so it's
Wow.
fine.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
And you're about to stand up, so I've made it really awkward.
I've always had a theory about the small men of rock. They are always the best.
That's what I mean. That's exactly what I meant, Myth.
Good dear, it's fine.
Ron, you will indeed
Yes.
be singing for Miff and Meshel, and you'll be
No.
taking your lyrics from Lucky by Jackie Collins. That's your book. Those are your songs, ladies and gentlemen. Ron Peno.
Now, listen, I'm going to be very harsh about this because I love Lucky. I love this book.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I read it when I was very young. Lucky's like all of Jackie Collins' characters. She is a girl, a poor girl from the wrong side of the tracks who makes it in Hollywood.
Using only her talent and her for JJ.
Yes! And she's got a secret. They've always got a secret.
What's his secret?
I can't remember. I just remember her for JJ.
It was a Don Monty one.
It was a Don't Want You to JJ. That was the
Apparently
secret.
that's all the rage now.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Decorate your downstairs.
You don't mean your basement, do you? Like with posters of Leif Garrett.
She's not talking about scatter cushions, bud. No.
Not so much the basement, more the foyer.
The entrance hall, if you will.
The good room.
Don't come in yet, I'm tidying up. Who left all these crystals around? Normally the girl comes in on a Monday.
First song, please, Ron.
We'll have a nightcap, Horace Alice said. We'll have a nightcap, Harris, Alice said. Fluid winks, Tootsie Rolls. We'll have that nightcap, Horace, Alice said. In case you need some powder.
Yeah.
Is it R.E.M. This one goes out to the one I love?
Yes, it must Excellent work. Next song, please.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, this next song, it's got a great chorus, but it's got a fairly dull.
Just sing it, sister.
Okay. Tell it like it is. Susie likes me because I'm outrageous fun. Paige confirmed she just didn't add that Susan liked her because they were having an affair. She wouldn't mind giving up, but Gino said to her, Gino threw her an incredulous look. You're gonna go to Vegas and you did not tell me you. Gotta be kidding, I used to own that goddamn town. I could give you all that you ever wanted.
Boys of Summer.
Boys of Summer. Final song, please, Ron.
Paige dress, she wore Horace clothes, drove a gold Porsche, which Ryder bought for her. Sometimes Gino thought about this Gino friendship. She was so unlike Susan's other friends. Flawless facelifts, gossip columns, and the narrow code of ethics. All that public knew was the two women kissed then.
Oh, I know.
Nice work.
Terence Trent D'Arby.
Yep.
Wishing well.
Wishing well, Terence. Amazing.
Yeah.
My voice is a bit shot, but it doesn't matter.
That's the thing we found with Spicks and Specks.
It is very daunting, that segment. I've sat at home and gone, that's an easy segment, the substitute segment, but when you actually do it, it's very daunting.
It's scary for singers, though, because you've actually got... Like, Des and I could get up and just tear some shit out and we wouldn't care. It wouldn't matter to me, it would have mattered to you. It'd be funny, you know?
Yeah, it wouldn't matter to me at all.
No, but these guys...
But if I were you, I'd be shitting it.
Yeah.
Are you happy with that?
I had to get out there and sing Ave Maria after you've just been the smuttiest show
Yes.
ever.
Good point.
It's a song about balls, like, and keep it straight.
We tell stories about balls, we've had a great day at work.
Hey, guys.
It's a different...
Just take it easy. Sorry. At the beginning of the show, I mentioned that I had testicular cancer.
I'm sorry.
Go easy.
You weren't singing about his balls.
Tasteless.
That's a completely different song. One is the...
Only from you, Adam, would I accept that.
I'm so glad you did, because I've been wondering this whole time.
What, if I only have one?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I only have one.
Oh,
and
great.
I didn't get the fake one either. I mean, Adam had to get a fake one because, walking is important.
Foot.
Can you get a fake ball if you lose your ball to cancer?
Yeah, just before they put you under, they feel that that's the proper time to ask you if you want a silicone prosthesis. Which I don't know if I was in the right mind to make the decision, but I didn't think I wanted one, so I said to the doctor, I don't think I want one, but why do men get one normally? And he said, most men get it for cosmetic reasons. And I was like, cosmetic reasons, like, never when there was two down there did I ever think the scrotum had anything cosmetic. Never did I think in my life, well, I'm not sure how it's going with this girl. Wait a minute, let me unleash my wrinkled turkey sack of love, and she will not be able to... How you like me now? Oh, damn. Even with one, it's still so sexy. So I just left it at the one. I mean, a proper comedian would have got three. That would have really flipped me. I should have got three. That would have been good.
One, it's never going to be attractive, but now it's a conversation starter.
Actually, it's a conversation ender. Actually, by the time they notice, the conversation is pretty much ended. But you can't have fun with it. Because what you can do is if the girl doesn't know, and if you don't know her, like, you know, in other words, it's like random, and you can play games and be like, oh, yeah, just get a hold of those two, you know, whatever. I don't want to be too explicit. And then when she's down, they're like, and you'll be like, oh, well, what's the matter? And she's like, oh, there's only one. What? Why'd you do it? Sit down, come on. Not funny.
Can you do magic as well?
Can I do magic?
Can you do magic? Just go, oh, stole one of my balls.
Oh, wait a minute.
At the end of that round, the scores are Alan, Jacqueline, Des, 9 points. Miff, Ron, Meshel in front, 13 points. Team hands on your buzzers. 1 point for a correct answer, 1 point off for a wrong answer. Questions start now. Which Kenny Loggins song shares its name with a character from the G.I. Joe? Yes?
Sorry, I thought you...
G.I. Joe, well, it's not Captain Footloose, is it?
Rodney Danger Zone, no?
Rodney Danger Zone.
No, keep
Look,
going.
I'm going to take your first answer, which is correct because it was Footloose. Leporello is the servant of which of Mozart's mischievous dons?
Don Giovanni?
Yes, it's Don Giovanni.
Do you normally buzz in as if to say, you should know this?
Actually, yeah, quite a lot. Normally when I do that, someone doesn't go...
In the middle of the song Ain't No Sunshine, how many times does Bill Withers sing the phrase I know? Is it... Oh,
I know, 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 I know. 15.
It was actually 26.
You know what we were singing?
We were singing the
Rock
Danny Hines
Melons
version.
A-Punk, Oxford Comet, yes,
Vampire Weekend.
are all singles from which US band's self-titled album, Vampire Weekend. In the Hoodoo Guru's album title, the planet Mars needs what kind, yes,
Guitars.
of musical instruments? Guitars. How many minutes did Justin Timberlake and Madonna have to save the world?
7?
4, just 4 minutes to save the world.
4 minutes as well. In the name of the German instrument, the crumhorn, does crumb translate as king, curve, or colossal? King, curve, or colossal? Curve is exactly what I was looking for. Dom Mariani fronted which Perth-based garage rock? Yes?
The Stems?
The Stems, indeed. And your final question.
I saw Dom the other night.
Finish the title of this Hoagie Carmichael song. I'm a cranky old yank in a clanky old tank on the streets of Yokohama with my Honolulu mama doing those beato, flat on my seato, Hirohito. Yes?
Damn you! Blues.
Yes! Which means at the end of tonight's show, the final scores were Alan, Jacqueline, Des ended up with 13 points. Miff, Ron, Meshel won the day, though, 17 points. Wow. Would you please thank all our guests for tonight, Jacqueline Porter, Des Bishop, Ron Peno and Meshel Laurie. We talked to our 2 team captains, Alan Rowe and Miff Warhead. We leave you tonight with a return performance by Barry Morgan from the World of Organs in Adelaide's Sunnyside Mall. Barry will take us out with a medley of classics on the Aurora Classic. Thanks for watching Spicks and Specks. My name's Adam Hills. Good night, Australia.